Welcome to EngloStories. Today, we're sharing one of the world's most beloved fairy tales, Beauty and the Beast. This enchanting story was written by Jean-Marie Le Prince de Beaumont and published in 1756. Originally a French tale, it has captivated hearts around the world for centuries. This is a story about looking beyond appearances and finding true beauty within. It follows the journey of a kind-hearted young woman named Belle, who becomes prisoner to a fearsome beast. What begins as a frightening situation slowly transforms into something unexpected. Will Belle see past the beast's terrifying exterior? Can someone so monstrous in appearance have goodness inside? And what mysterious spell seems to hang over the beast's castle? Join us as we discover how Belle's courage and compassion lead to an extraordinary transformation that reminds us all that true beauty comes from within. Now let's begin the story. Long ago, in a small French village, lived a wealthy merchant with his 6 children, 3 sons and 3 daughters. The youngest daughter was so beautiful that everyone called her Belle, which means beauty in French. Beyond her lovely appearance, Belle possessed a kind heart and gentle nature that made her truly special. Unlike her sisters, who loved expensive clothes and jewels, Belle preferred reading books and taking care of her father. Her sisters often teased her about this, but Belle didn't mind. She was happy with simple pleasures and dreamed of adventure like those in her beloved stories. The family lived in a magnificent house surrounded by gardens and enjoyed all the luxuries money could buy. Servants attended to their needs, and the merchant traveled often to grow his business. The older sisters hosted lavish parties and attracted many suitors with their wealth and beauty, while Belle quietly helped manage the household. One terrible day, disaster struck the family. The merchant received news that his ships had been lost at sea, along with all his merchandise. Suddenly, they lost everything: their grand house, their fine possessions, and their comfortable life. The family was forced to move to a small cottage in the countryside, where they had to work hard just to have enough food. While the older sisters complained bitterly about their misfortune, Belle remained cheerful and did her best to comfort her father during this difficult time. After a year of simple country living, the merchant received wonderful news. One of his ships had been found. He prepared for a journey to the port city, hoping to recover some of his fortune. Before leaving, he asked his children what gifts they would like him to bring back. The older sisters demanded expensive dresses and jewels, certain their father would return wealthy. When he asked Belle, she hesitated before simply requesting a rose, as none grew in their garden. This modest wish made her sisters laugh mockingly. The merchant's hopes were crushed when he discovered that his recovered ship had been sold to pay his debts. Heartbroken and empty-handed, he began his journey home through a dense forest. As night fell, a terrible snowstorm arose. Cold, hungry, and lost, the merchant feared he might die in the woods. Suddenly, through the swirling snow, he spotted lights in the distance. Following them, he discovered an impressive castle with its gates standing open. He entered cautiously, calling out, but no one answered. Yet strangely, a warm fire burned in the fireplace, and a table was set with a delicious meal. Believing the mysterious owner would understand his desperate situation, the merchant ate the food and spent the night in a comfortable bedroom. The next morning, he found clothes his size and breakfast waiting for him. As he prepared to leave, he walked through the castle gardens and spotted a beautiful rose bush. Remembering Belle's request, he picked the most perfect rose. Immediately, a terrifying roar shook the ground. The merchant turned and found himself face to face with a horrifying beast, half man, half animal, with sharp fangs and powerful claws. "You repay my hospitality with theft," the beast growled. "I gave you food and shelter, and you steal my precious roses." The terrified merchant fell to his knees, explaining that the rose was for his youngest daughter. Hearing this, the beast made a chilling proposal. "I will spare your life on one condition," the beast said. "Return home, but within 1 week, either you or your daughter must return to my castle. If neither comes, I will hunt you down." The merchant agreed, though he had no intention of sacrificing Belle. The beast gave him a chest full of gold and sent him away with the rose. On returning home, the merchant gave his daughters their gifts, including Belle's rose, but he couldn't hide his sadness. When Belle demanded to know what troubled him, he finally revealed the terrible encounter with the beast and the dreadful choice before them. When Belle heard her father's story, she immediately declared that she would go to the beast's castle. Despite her father's desperate protests and her siblings' objections, Belle was determined. "It is my fault this happened," she insisted. "I asked for the rose, and now I must face the consequences." 7 days later, Belle and her father arrived at the beast's castle. The gates swung open by themselves, and they entered the magnificent courtyard. Belle's heart pounded with fear, but she held her head high as they approached the entrance. The beast appeared suddenly, his massive form towering over them. Belle trembled, but met his gaze steadily. "I have come as promised," she said, her voice barely a whisper. The beast turned to the merchant. "Say farewell to your daughter," he growled. "Then leave before sunrise and never return." After a tearful goodbye, Belle's father departed, leaving her alone with the terrifying creature. Belle was certain the beast would devour her, but instead he led her to an elegant room. "This is your home now," the beast told her. "You may go anywhere in the castle except the West Wing. Each evening you will join me for dinner." That first night at dinner, Belle could barely eat as the beast watched her with his fierce eyes. Then he asked a question that surprised her. "Do you find me hideous?" Belle couldn't lie. "Yes," she admitted, "but I believe appearances can be deceiving." The beast nodded slowly. "Each night I will ask you one question," he said, "and each night I will ask if you will marry me." Belle was shocked. "I can never marry you," she replied. The beast's eyes filled with sadness that touched Belle's heart unexpectedly. "We shall see," he replied. "Time changes many things." As weeks passed, Belle discovered magical rooms filled with books, beautiful gardens, and enchanted objects that moved on their own. The castle seemed alive with invisible servants who catered to her every need. Despite her comfortable surroundings, she missed her father terribly and often wept when alone. As time passed, Belle began to see beyond the beast's frightening appearance. Each evening they dined together, and their conversations grew longer. The beast listened attentively to her thoughts about books and showed genuine interest in her opinions. He revealed himself to be intelligent, kind, and even gentle, despite his fearsome looks. One day, Belle discovered a magical mirror in her room that could show her anything she wished to see. When she asked to see her father, the mirror revealed him lying ill in bed, possibly dying of a broken heart. Belle was devastated and begged the beast to let her visit her family. "I will allow you to go for 1 week," the beast agreed reluctantly. "But if you do not return by the 8th day, I will surely die of grief." Belle promised to return, and the beast gave her a ring that would transport her home and back. When she arrived home, her family was overjoyed. Her father's health improved immediately upon seeing her. Belle told them about the beast's unexpected kindness and how he had changed. Her sisters, jealous of Belle's fine clothes and the apparent luxury she enjoyed, plotted to delay her return, hoping the beast would become angry and devour her when she finally went back. They pretended great sadness when Belle prepared to leave and begged her to stay just a few more days. Belle, moved by what she thought was genuine sisterly affection, agreed to stay longer, forgetting her promise to the beast. On the 10th night of her visit, Belle had a terrible dream about the beast lying dying in the garden. Waking with a start, she realized she had broken her promise. Using the magic ring, she immediately returned to the castle. Belle found the beast exactly as in her dream, lying motionless among the roses. Rushing to his side, she cradled his head and wept. "You came back," the beast whispered weakly. "Yes." "Please don't die," Belle cried. "I realize now that I love you not for your appearance, but for your kind and gentle heart." As her tears fell upon him, a brilliant light surrounded the beast. Before Belle's astonished eyes, he transformed into a handsome prince. The prince explained that an evil enchantress had cursed him to live as a beast until someone could love him despite his appearance. Belle and the prince married and lived happily ever after, proving that true beauty comes from within. The story of Beauty and the Beast teaches us several important lessons. First, we learn that appearances can be deceiving. The beast looked frightening on the outside, but inside he had a kind and gentle heart. Similarly, Belle's beautiful sisters had ugly personalities. The tale also reminds us about the power of keeping promises. When Belle broke her promise to return to the beast, he nearly died. When she returned and fulfilled her promise, wonderful things happened. Most importantly, this story shows us that true beauty comes from within. Belle learned to see beyond the beast's frightening exterior and love him for his inner qualities. This reminds us all to look deeper than surface appearances when judging others. Did you enjoy this classic tale of inner beauty and transformation? If so, please like this video and share it with friends who are also learning English. What was your favorite part of the story? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to EngloStories as we upload a new story daily to help you improve your English while enjoying beautiful tales from around the world. Follow us so you can look forward to our next video. Until then, happy learning.